My teacher's hidden opinions were too obvious to miss. In high school, we were always told that teachers couldn't share their political opinions. They'd remind us, "You'll never know who I vote for." But let's be real, we always knew. Even if they never said the words, their opinions bled through in class debates and lectures. One teacher, Ms. Parker, stood out. She taught history and always claimed to be neutral, but her bias was painfully obvious. It started small, comments during lessons, dismissing certain viewpoints, but it escalated quickly. One day, we were discussing the treatment of Native Americans in U.S. history. I brought up something I'd read in our textbook, how entire tribes were wiped out during the night, their villages destroyed, and children killed despite waving white flags of surrender. Ms. Parker's response, "That's exaggerated. The government wouldn't do that." I blinked, stunned. "It's in our textbook," I said. And I looked it up afterward. It happened. She shook her head. "You can't trust everything you read in textbooks. The government has always had the best interests of the country in mind." Her tone was dismissive, and it wasn't the first time. During a debate about affirmative action, she argued that it was unfair and that we all have the same opportunities. When I pointed out the systemic barriers minorities face, she waved me off. "I don't have any privilege," she said. I couldn't hold back. "You're a white woman," I replied. "Privilege is baked into your experience." Her face turned red, but she quickly moved on to another topic, pretending the conversation hadn't happened. What frustrated me most wasn't just her dismissal of facts. It was how she used her authority as a teacher to shut down valid arguments. She wasn't teaching us to think critically. She was defending her personal beliefs to a room full of teenagers. The breaking point came during a class discussion about abortion. A student shared their opinion and Ms. Parker jumped in, passionately arguing against them. It wasn't a debate. It was an attack. "Abortion is murder," she said, her voice trembling with emotion. The student, barely 15, looked overwhelmed, but Ms. Parker didn't stop. That's when it clicked for me. She wasn't just sharing her opinions. She was imposing them. She claimed to be neutral, but every argument, every comment, painted a clear picture of her political beliefs. By the end of the year, it became a joke among us. "Ms. Parker thinks we don't know who she voted for," we'd say, laughing. But deep down, it wasn't funny. It was frustrating. Teachers were supposed to guide us, not argue with us over our beliefs or try to impose theirs. Looking back, I realized those moments taught me a lot. Not just about politics, but about how people defend their beliefs, even when the truth is staring them in the face. Funny enough, the same teacher who said we'd never know their politics was the loudest one in the room.